Good morning. It is July 1st, 2024. So last week was a good week. Challenging week. Any week in the summer is challenging around here. So focused on a lot of projects that were going down. So we had once again a lot of crane pigs, and there's always a lot of questions with these school projects that we're doing, and they come up in the middle of it, and we only have a couple months to get all these projects done. So really spent a lot of time last week on trying to get all the RFIs answered and forcing some answers, so we could push forward on getting a lot of these projects moving along. A lot of these projects have some roofing that needs to get put back in or repaired before we set the new unit. So really took a lot of time last week trying to analyze what the best fix on that and how to push for some answers so we can get these projects moving along. So I'll be doing the same thing this week, kind of diving into some projects and really making sure we're not waiting for someone, and at the same time kind of seeing how project management style is doing stuff and coming up with some new protocol on how we could push RFIs. And instead of, asking questions on an email, maybe submitting an RFI. It seems like RFIs get pushed along much quicker than asking someone in an email a question. So spent a lot of time on that last week. We also had our service team building meeting on Friday that went extremely well. I do feel like there's a lot of people, as we grow and we get bigger and bigger, there's a lot of people that don't really understand how different we are as a company, and what makes us so great to come work for. So I'm kind of trying to figure out how to preach some of the things that we're expecting employees to stand by. Number one thing is bringing daily joy. So I'm going back and forth on thinking about maybe making like an intro video that new hires can watch and kind of get an understanding of what's expected from them and what our core values are. So spending a lot of time this weekend thinking about that, trying to figure out what to do there. And then one of the things that came up in the service team building meeting was, we've never really started focusing on building a gear for each position in the service department. So I kind of filled them in on why we have a drivetrain, which you kind of see a little bit here, but I have my drivetrain that shows everyone's positions and how it's a big motor for the company, and everyone's gears got to spin. So they were all kind of pumped to hear more about how to build gears and get the development side of the service department going. So I'll spend some time this week sending them some things I got on the construction side. But a lot of the guys in the service department can see that there's almost a competitive nature in their side when they're like, well, we can knock out our gears on our side and get to a point where their gears are done before the construction side. Which construction side, everyone's pretty much got a gear built. We don't have all the procedures done for each gear, but it's pretty close. It's about 75% complete. So definitely going to spend a little bit of time this week, and maybe I can get the actual gear built and the 4 key components that go into each gear. So that'll be cool. I could share that next week on my next video. Another thing I definitely think I need to work on is my B&M focus board. This focus board was a thing that I put together a while ago. It's figuring out the key constraints in each department. So I just get, once summer hits, it's hard to focus on the business development. I get a little bit wrapped into the actual day-to-day business operations, which kind of goes against to what I'm always trying to push for. But summer's always a big hit for us. So my goal is, even if I can't figure out the number one constraints for each department, I definitely want to start putting some things down. We need to focus on the constraints in each department. And, when it comes to constraints, that's what's the biggest kink in the hose. So I'll be working on that as well. Just like I end all my videos, I challenge you. Do you think you too could bring, can't talk this morning. I challenge you, do you think you could also find what brings you so much happiness that you could set your alarm for 2:15 a.m. every Monday morning? Think about it. Thanks.